We're here in Yokohama today with the second generation Nissan LEAF, the company's much improved new electric car for the masses. The vehicle is going to lob in Australia at the end of 2018, so it's a while away. But hopefully it's going to be worth the wait, with an expected price tag just below $50,000 and a claimed electric range of about 400 kilometres between charges. We're lucky enough to be able to have a quick drive today. Let's get to it. The second-gen LEAF actually shares a lot of its underpinnings with the old car, so it's not as new as you'd think. But there are still a ton of changes. The first Nissan LEAF was miles ahead of the curve, so it was easy to forgive the modest range and high price compared to a petrol hatch of similar size. But the context into which this new one launches is quite different. Yes, the EV market is still small, but almost every major car maker has paradigm-shifting, short-term plans to change that. That new 400 kilometre driving range is enabled by much denser lithium-ion battery cells and enhanced electrode materials with different chemistry. This means the battery pack itself is the same size as before, but the range is about double. It can also be fast-charged to 80% in 40 minutes. The motor's power and torque are also well up, now rated at 110 kilowatts and 320 newton meters. You'll hit 100 kilometers an hour from standstill in about 8 seconds, but the 0 to 60 kilometer an hour sprint for around town feels comparable to a much faster car, given the motor's instantaneous response. Other highlights include the E-pedal, which uses brake regeneration to halt the car steadily when you lift off the throttle, allowing so-called one-pedal driving. You'll rarely use the actual brake pedal around town. There's also a ProPilot suite of tech that packages lane departure prevention and adaptive cruise control to allow partially autonomous freeway driving. There's also a button that can park the car entirely by itself, brakes, throttle and steering, albeit slowly. So the cabin of the LEAF, unsurprisingly enough, feels just like a regular hatchback. Nissan's new connectivity system is a big improvement on what it's previously offered. You've now got Apple CarPlay integration and a crisp screen that's relatively simple to use with a good UI. Same with the instrument panel, which also includes a large TFT screen with all your menus. One feature I love, instead of a rear view mirror, you actually get a camera that shows you what's going on behind you, meaning if you've got big things in your way like luggage or a couple of people in the back, you can still see what's going on. We also like the fact that the buttons down here to control the one pedal driving and the autonomous parking are easy to reach, the novel gear shifter that's kind of cool, and the easy accessibility of the ProPilot button to enable level 2 autonomy. There are a few criticisms though. There's no telescopic adjustment on the steering wheel, which means the ergonomics aren't as good as they could be. And given the likely premium price, the plethora of hard plastics kind of undo a few things inside. Nevertheless, these things could be rectified for Australia, so we won't judge until we see the car on our shores. All told, still a pretty nice place to be. Okay, look. It's pretty hard to get a full sense of the LEAF after a 30k drive on crowded Japanese streets. However, we can say that it exhibits all the typical traits of an electric car that we love. Smooth, quiet and linear response, and a serene sense of silence that really does set it apart from a combustion engine car. We're going to have to wait till this car lobs in Australia to give you full details on the price and how it performs on local roads, though we can say it's excellent to see Nissan once again leading the charge into the EV future.
Love your car. Werribee, Werribee Nissan.